fuck? Let me get up.
Yo, boys. It's your grandma favorite producer, Beamy. I want to start off just saying that this is not my best mel, but I think this is a good basis to show y'all for GOYXRD melodies and the type of shit that you can do. Now, as y'all can see, it's a relatively simple melody. In general, it's just a lot of stacking shit that goes with the chords. But here are the chords themselves. This MIDI was sent to me by Origin, who did the drums on this. Now you can see it's just really basic PLUGGNB shit. If you don't know how to do PLUGGNB chords, it's a lot of extensions, a lot of jazzy R&B extensions with your 9s and your 11s. I think a big purpose in building PLUGGNB chords is just how you use tension and how you build it up towards the end of the bar before you loop back. Just really simple chords. I mean, the rest of it is just top line that Origin did. That shit is beautiful. So yeah, that's what I feel like. That's pretty simple. The preset for this was FM EP2 and Xenology. Now this layer right here is also the chords from Xenology, but my dinosaur laptop can't have more than one Xenology open at a time. So this is just copy pasted from the chords here. The preset for this one was Lo-Fi EP1, also in Xenology, so I'll play that out. Now if you hear these together, this was more just used as a base for our low mids and just so you have something to be grounded towards. It's kind of like our main piano, and then obviously we have the FM EP here, so you got that real sparkly ass electric piano that a lot of the GOYXRD beats have. So this is what they sound like together. Alright, now this layer right here was just a counter melody I did with the bell and expand. The preset for this was cascading bells. I didn't make any changes to the effects or anything, so I'll just play that out so y'all can hear it. Now, the goal with this one was just to have something catchy to go along for the rest of the bar. I changed the intro to match the second half of the chords that we have here, where it does this nice drop. So if I play it together, I think you'll hear the focus was more just to let these first couple chords breathe and then go into something catchy as the counter melody. This layer here is just our pizzicato. I feel like that's always really standard for any type of PLUGGNB or GOYXRD beat. A lot of people use the pizzicato strings like I did here, or personally I really like a lot of the pizzicato strings and expand. Yeah, this is just basic pizzicato and purity. Normally I would play it on the 1 and the 3 and do some type of sequence there, but I really wanted to keep this beat simple. Next we got another bell from Purity that I kind of use like a counter. This is 4U FM Vibe bell. I'm going to play it by itself so you can hear. Super simple. And then I'm going to play it with the chords so you can kind of hear the idea behind it. Now if I play it with the chords. I would tell you theory behind a lot of the choices that I'm making here, and I feel like it applies to most genres, but for PLUGGNB specifically, a lot of the choices that you make just depend on feeling and what you want accented. Alright, that's that. On to the next layer that we have here. It's just a guitar and expand. This is serving as one of like our main leads. Preset for this was overdriven guitar. I did mix this a little bit, just putting a delay on it. Something that I really like to do with the delays here is fuck with the diffusion. Diffusion kind of gives it a different sound to it. I turned the tone up wet down a lot because it just seems super loud, and the ping pong was set to just pan a little harder. Level turned down, cut down a little bit. Let you hear what that sounds like. Now, I don't think GOYXRD really uses as much anymore in more of his recent beats, but this is something that's kind of been a staple. It's sort of just like a go-to for you to use if you can't find any sounds. Super solid option always. And if you're wondering about the velocities, the only thing I changed was turning the grace notes down just a slight amount so that the note that it pops into seems a little more present, and then the rest was just me hitting Alt-R and randomizing the velocities here. Bet. Now, so for this layer, we have another counter bell from Purity. This was Q plug, guitar and plug section. This is also just playing something super simple. Same ARP going over and over again. It's more just to be a lot more earworm and just add more catchiness to it. Same thing with the other bell counter melody. I just turned a lot of the velocities down so I had to tuck a little further. I do really like how this sounds with the chords because I think, like I said, it just kind of adds more catchiness to it. Very subtle, but it definitely helps. Alright, cool. Now we got our strings. Y'all already know it's not a plug-and-B beat if you don't got no strings in there. We got the ST mid strings from Purity. I like using the fast strings. I like using slow strings. I like using both of the legatos. The Vienna strings can sound really good sometimes. It all kind of comes down to preference of what other sounds you use in a beat. But let me play that so y'all can hear it. Now, I don't actually think you need to use strings, but it is a pretty good idea to have something that's taking up that real high end. Now for our last layer, we have another lead. This is actually from Morphine, because you know, sometimes you gotta switch it up. You can't use Purity for everything. This is the that 70s lead in Morphine, which is a stock plugin in FL. Y'all already have it. I'll let y'all hear what this sounds like. Super simple. One thing just repeating every 2 bars. I don't even think this beat needed this lead at the very end of it, but it did feel a little empty, so I just wanted to put something in there. Mind you, if you're trying to make beats for artists, your shit does not need to be complicated. Doing more with less shit is always better. Alright, so that's all our individual pieces. I'm gonna play the full loop again just so y'all can hear it. Like I said, a lot of the shit just comes down to feeling and adding things, trying to accent different parts of your chords or other leads, or trying to fill space if you need to, adding rhythm like with some of these bell counters that we got. You gotta experiment a little bit and see what you like, but they go to full loop. Alright, that's it from me, y'all boys. Pass it over to them so they can break down the drums.